When I see you're both straight and ready, I'll start you like this.
Another truly international lineup for this semi-final, the Temple Challenge Cup. And you can see there the Dutch on the Berkshire station and Harvard University of the USA on the Buck station. Neither cock's happy yet. Important, isn't it, to get the boat settled in the water before the start. You can see the cock's hands were raised. They're happy now. Off we go, but need to get that set up right before the race starts.
This is creme de la creme of Henley Royal Regatta racing. We have a matchup between Harvard and Nereus, and this will be a bit of a grudge match for Nereus because this exact Harvard crew last year was the one to also knock them out of the Temple Challenge Cup. So let's see how this plays out. We can see here on the screen Harvard rowing in an Oxford University blue boat. Here, this is the lightweight first varsity, and they have been posting some incredible times over in America. I hear from one of the coaches, Patrick Lepage, that they went sub 5:30 twice this year already.
Well, Harvard nearest the camera, powerful start from them, but matched by the Nereus boat from the Netherlands. There they are, just moving along in the lead, making it look effortless, as so often Dutch boats do, and keeping an eye on the situation in that Dutch boat.
So the Dutch are going to be feeling very strong this year because they haven't finished below second all season, and just 2 weeks ago they posted a time of 5:32 at the Bosban. These athletes will be focusing solely on Nereus and Henley rowing this year, as they did mention to us that they will be not focusing on the international racing experience, as they've been dealing with a few illness and injuries, and now it looks like they're holding a very slight lead over Harvard here.
Well, Nereus in the first round on Wednesday, they had to race against the B boat from their club and won by 2.5 lengths. Then they've beaten Harvard B on the Thursday, beat St Edward's School yesterday, and they're back against Harvard A boat this week. So despite the fact that they're racing for a 4th time on the water, it's still only the keep coming up against the same setup, the same universities, Harvard University for the 2nd time this week. This is a very good race, very evenly matched. You said it right from the start, didn't you? This is going to be a good one. You've been looking forward to this morning, and it's delivering what you'd hoped. Very even.
We're only at the barrier and the race is already beyond thrilling here. Dutch with the slight advantage, Harvard looking to get out in front. I think on paper Harvard look like they will be the stronger crew, but this is the thing, the paper doesn't always matter. It's all about the psychological preparation, and will Nereus want it more?
Cox is trying to make sure the rhythm holds. At the moment, it's the Dutch, but only just. Harvard University pretty much up level there.
Dutch are looking slightly more powerful. Harvard just that little bit more dynamic. You can see there's a bit more splash coming out of those Harvard blades at the point of the extraction versus Nereus, just slightly more clinical. They look a bit more in unison to me right now. They look like they're the better rowing crew at the course.
And Piotr, the coaches that you've mentioned, are they sitting in the umpire launch, do we think? Are they going to be watching from there, or cycling on the bank, or watching these TV pictures? How do they follow the race, do you think?
So, from having spoken to a few coaches, this is a bit of a personal preference. You can see more of the race if you cycle along on the bank and you are able to shout and support your crew. So as a coach, there's an element of still being able to be involved, versus on the launch, you do see the whole course, but you have to sit in complete silence.
You can't communicate with your boat, so that must be very frustrating. Look, the Americans here at Harvard, this is a clinical moment they're producing, getting to a length clear of the Dutch, and I wonder if that could be the defining moment of this race.
Wow, that is amazing. Where did that push come from for Harvard? I think they're just striding into the rhythm for the 2nd half of this race, and look at that, they are absolutely firing, taking inches per stroke from the Nereus crew. Is this the pivotal moment of this race?
Well, there's still a long way to go. Of course, the Americans will be hoping that is the pivotal moment of the race, but the Dutch may have other plans. They've got lots of experience in that boat. You can see there Giovanni Perotti in the stroke seat, Nove Haritos, the cocks. The Dutch, we've got Jaap Vorm as well. They need to respond quickly here, the Dutch, because there's some clear water now. That was a sensational move, wasn't it, from Harvard University? We can see the Harvard boat with that decent lead. For so much of this race, they were dead level. In fact, they were down a fraction at one point, weren't they? And they just switched a button, didn't they? Bang, change of gear, turbo, off you go.
I wonder if they tease Nereus with just showing a bit of weakness to the barrier and to then just properly switch the engine on and go take it up a few gears forward. I saw Nereus taking their rate up. They're trying to respond, but Harvard are absolutely having none of it.
Very impressive from Harvard mid-race to get a grip of it. Just over a length clear. Harvard University, Anya Cheng in the cock seat, driving them on. The Dutch are having another go, but they're surely not going to get back into it now because we're well in front of Stewards, the Berkshire bank of the River Thames, getting congested on this semi-final Saturday. And the Americans have nearly done enough. They're getting the applause from the crowds. The Dutch are still going, but it's looking likely the Americans can hold the show together right until the end. Brilliant move mid-race from Harvard. Enough to sink the Dutch. Over the line they go. I reckon we'll have some whoops and hollers as they go over. They'll be pretty chuffed with that. They had to dig deep, yeah, punch of the air in the stroke seat from Benjamin Lundell at Harvard University. Yeah, you can see what that means to him. They're ecstatic. Great race. You delivered that. You said